Let's continue with this stuff, which I'm working on a morph animation of three little chihuahuas. There is going to become a giant three-headed mutant chihuahua that is going to fight against a giant air fryer to save a punk city. That's a story, super simple. Classic stories I feel super generic, and other than that, we're going to be working on adding more breakdowns, more frames here, and start adding some desynchronization in movement, in some movements. I'm drinking a lot of coffee. Just going crazy, going like crazy, dudes and dudettes. Let's go. This is a breakdown. Another oopsie. This is a breakdown. This is another breakdown. Key. We need another breakdown here. Poop. Henry, what is a key and what is a breakdown? No, fucking, I don't care what is a key or what is a breakdown. I'm just putting my storytelling poses as keys, and my breakdowns is just, for me, my breakdowns are the drawings that I put in the middle, so don't necessarily have to be in betweens, but are drawings that I have the chance to be like, okay. I have this drawing here, which is the main storytelling pose, and this other main storytelling pose. What can I do in the middle to make this more entertaining? Instead of just going like this, in the middle I can go like this. And then boom, going to the next one. That's the idea. Going crazy in the middle, just entertain myself. So I literally have more fun. I literally have more fun on the breakdowns than in the key poses, because on the breakdowns I can low-key hide some stuff, some funny stuff, and then on the on the keys, well, there you go. Show the storytelling poses. On the breakdowns, the breakdowns are the frames for you to have fun. The keys are the frames for you to tell the story, and the in-betweens are the frames for you to be like super nerd and just start in-betweening. But not only that, I once hear like from an old animation dude that said, turn off the light table. Because the moment that you turn off the light table, you just stop seeing in-betweens and you start seeing drawings. And that's something that stuck in my mind. And even though in the in-betweens, I approach every in-between like a drawing. And I design every drawing. And make sure everything looks very well and everything feels connected between each other. So I'm not just making random drawings in the middle of the poses to make from point A to point B. If I were a computer, I'll do that. But I'm not a computer, I'm a human being with feelings, with a lot of shit here that wants to put it out here. Let's go. So boom. Let's go for a breakdown between these two. So pa. Now look at this ball here and this ball here. If I were a computer, I'll do this. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I want to make an arc here. I want to go from there to there. See? I want to go from there to there. I'm going to rough out this just to feel the movement, and on top of this I'm going to start designing. Maybe I can drag this part of the mouse, and then it's like so it's going up. There you go. And see, this part of the head is sliding that way. So I'm trying to feel that slide with my lines. Boom. And this eye is going to slide the same way. Save yourself the secret. 30 Seconds to Mars, guys. Amazing band. Boom. I have 3 teeth here and I have 2. So that's something that I'll be adding or fixing later. I can drag these. See, I'm roughing out this stuff. You know what? I want this to feel like so I want this to be like something like that. Yes. The secret. And I'm thinking about volume, see? But you know what? So these things merge here like that, right? What if I can start making this stuff going like this towards the front, and then going to start spreading towards the sides. So this part is going to lead, and these other volumes are going to fall, are going to go after that. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Amazing, dude. I love Jared Leto. Goodbye. So these two lines here, look. This line is eventually going to become this line, and this line here is going to be this line here. So I'm trying to morph these lines together. Boom, boom. Crazy stuff, see? Maybe this line here can overlap this one here. Modern Myth. Listen to that song. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. The other day, I was talking, like we started chat in the community in which we were like, what are the questions you will ask to the people that you admire? And we start listening. We start putting in a list all the people that we admire and what questions we will ask. And Harshit, he put like, well, of course, if I met them in person, I will not just jump on top of them to ask them questions. I will first introduce myself and have a little chat and about it. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? If I see them in person, I'll jump. I'll jump on top of them like crazy. But that reminds me to a conversation I had with one of my friends, Jorge. And with my friend Jorge, we started talking about the people that we love, like the actors that we love. And he really loved Keanu Reeves. And Keanu Reeves, whatever. And he was like, Henry, what would you do? I asked him, like, who is the person that you admire? And he's like, Keanu Reeves. Which is the actor that you would love to meet in person? And he was like, Keanu Reeves. Really? Yeah. And he was like, what about you? And I'm like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. And he's like, what would you do? It's like, he was like, what would you do if you met Leonardo DiCaprio in person? And I'll be like, oh, I will jump straight to him. I will jump and start screaming and crying. He's like, no, dude, no. You know, dude, that's a problem. That's a problem. If I see Keanu Reeves, I'll be like, hey, Keanu, how are you doing? Just want to tell you that I really love the thing that you're doing. Like, he being super polite and wondering if we can buy you a coffee or something like that. And it's like not jumping and screaming to them. And it was super fun. And that reminds me to the same conversation we had in the community. Actually, this arm, I think, could start merging here in this stuff here. Yes, even more gross. So there you go. And then I start putting like, what are the things that I'll do because all the chat in the community was about what are the questions we will ask to the people that we admire. And I was like, okay, to the people that I admire. And then I start first thinking about the people that I know, and then putting the people that I don't know. And I was like, what are the things that I will ask? And then I started listening, boom. And then eventually when I was listening, when I was putting in the list the people that I don't know, I put like Alberto Mielgo or Robert Valley. And I was like, Alberto Mielgo, I will invite him, I will tell him, hey, podemos ir por unos tragos. I will invite him some drinks. I will invite him for some drinks before asking so many questions. Or just to talk and be friends. And to Robert Valley, I put like we're supposed to put the name of the people that we admire, and next the question we will ask. And I will like Alberto Miguel go, hey, can we go for que podemos ir por unos tragos? Then below Robert Valley, hey, can we go for some drinks? I also have cigarettes. I did. And that's the beautiful dynamic that we have there. We are not only grinding, animating like crazy, but we're also talking about all of those cool stuff that we have in our mind and that we can share because we have the same. We know all these characters and we literally can understand each other in that sense. Wait, see this line here? I'm missing some of that thing here. Save yourself. The secret is out. Oh, the same song is repeating. Be careful, I'll start screaming. Boom, boom, arc. There you go. Boom. Boom. Oof, maybe I can stretch this like, and then boom, going like that. That's a good idea. And see how I stretch through changing the type of lines that I'm using from an S into straight here. It's like they're stretching far. The secret is out. And then I'm merging these two lines here. Okay, we have the eye there, and this eye is the one that is going to lead. Is going to lead the movement up here of this dude. So I can start stretching this part, and this part having more of a C. Boom. Starting to release this line. Boom, boom. Oopsie, no. Opa, yeah, I got it. Boom. See, in this line, there's a C, starts turning into this type of C, a straight C, and then boom, into this. Goodbye, goodbye. There you go. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Boom, to that. We're progressively moving up. So I'm connecting these lines like this. I want to listen to another song right now. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Okay. Awesome. Maybe I can start here. The mouth can be like this and then going back again to that pose. Like this and going back to that pose. So I'm feeling these drawings right now. Okay, I'm going to draw this in movement. There you go. I can tilt this line a bit of a C, so it feels like it's moving towards the side. Boom. I have to keep some of this volume here because once I colored all of that stuff, once I put color here, if I just disappear this in a matter of a frame, it will look a little bit weird. start rounding this movement. Awesome. You know what? If I create an arc from here to here this way, when I'm going up, I can go that way instead of going like that, tack. See? Let me draw this again. More volume there that I'm losing here. My shadows only wanna walk beside me. Boom. So the eye goes like this. Awesome. Okay, I get lost. I don't like how much is dragging this. I'll find another way of doing that later. Too many lines. Okay, when I have too many lines, the best thing to do is turn off the onion skin, literally. Sometimes the onion skin is just shit too that bothers. See, I'm right now only flipping. I need an in between these two. Later. Little by little, we'll start adding stuff. I can change this into an S. Eventually to get to 2 lines there. This can start increasing the size of these because this feet is going to turn eventually into the nails on the other scene. There you go. I'm moving this arm up. Moving this that way. Adding some lines here that eventually will merge with that. Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Boom, boom. Going bigger. This shape is getting bigger. C line here, C line here. Nah, didn't like it. Let's make another thing here. Actually, this is this one. Should. Yeah, I can do something like this first. Boom. Like, bam. There you go. Trying to simplify some stuff. Boom, perfect. Simple. Now what happened with these legs? This leg turns into the. So I can make this movement going around like that. Boom, going it just starts sliding that way. There you go. Boom. Now this other dude. Maybe what if the tongue... Oh no, we have the tongue there. I was wondering, what if the tongue detached and starts to slide in there? So this is an S, simplifying stuff. Ooh. And these two lines then turns into this C line. Let's play this. Eugh. We are going to make sense of all of this soon, you'll see. Because we are planning all the arcs. We are planning all the arcs, so all of this will make sense once we start adding more frames. Okay, okay. Let's go. Nah. Sometimes it actually bothers doing this kid, dude. So that's why I don't like to depend on that thing. Here I'm losing this part of... Because this is a black shape here for the head, for the hair. Here I have it, and here I didn't. I didn't have this line, so I add this line because I want to keep this shape. And I'm seeing that shape moving towards the right. And that's what we're animating. We're animating shapes, no lines. I'm stretching these hairs here. Here I'm missing that color. So I can do something like this. Always tapering the shape towards one side. In this case, this side here. And I'm drawing through, and on top of this drawing through, I'm going to draw my black line so I can design shapes that feels volumetric. And you know what? I can make this line even a bit more rounded here. And I can make this overlap that. There you go. So it feels like it's pushing that. Now here I feel this is too long. I'm not convinced about the teeth yet. How we go from this to there? Okay, cool, solved. I don't know what the heck I did. Henry, you don't have the onion skin. I don't care. I am flipping. That's the main thing, dude. Now I'm going from here to here, right, left, left. So that's a mistake. So left, left, right. Oof, I can't even push that shape. And actually, that ball have volume, so maybe let's see if I can take that spine there. Boom. I would also like to keep that flat, that shape super flat. So let's keep that super cartoony and flat. Nah. I was like, what if I add that? Nah. Now this arm will start creating some crazy silhouettes here. And then boom, going towards the front. It's going to crack. There you go. Too complex line. Yeah, this looks better. Awesome. And I would like to carry that line also here. Awesome. Bam! Why not? More grows. What if I make something with the head like going back and then forward? Yes. So I'm trying to build this in perspective. Boom. Boom. Now these hairs. Now, oh, I can maybe turn this also that way, huh? And then move back. Yes, yes, sir. Now, let's get out of that one there. Now these hairs will turn that way. Me complicating my life here, turning this dude in perspective. So here, this point here. Okay, this point here, the hair will go like that. I'm doing like a rough pass here. Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to feel this. How this hair is going to move. Oof, beautiful. It's going that way. Keep going that way and then moving back again this way. Now this shape is adding a lot of more volume here, so I have to fix that. Oh, maybe this alive I can get out of these teeth. Nice. We can add some volume here in the inside of the mouth, so I can show how it's going closer towards camera. Awesome. Now let me add the lines here. Back. Boom. There you go, something like this. Having this shape like this here. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. You know what? I feel this hair should already be somewhere like this, because we are going to also have in-betweens here. So I feel this hair will already be somewhere over there. Something like this. Boom. Yeah, I really like it too much, but we continue. You can go back to that eventually. Awesome. There you go. We have the breaks. Let's look at this. Okay, cool. Now to add all the in-betweens and all the crazy timing here. Cool. Now, here, if I duplicate this, where are my key? Come on. I don't want to in between this dude, so I want to make this dude from here the same drawing from here to here, and then black. That's super lazy. Let me see the mnemonic. I don't have the mnemonic here. Ah, it's behind. Plap. The fall at the beginning, I want to feel like plap. So this should be faster. This plap. 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 No, you know what? I feel I don't need this frame. Plap. Okay. This frame here, I can squash this dude down. There's a plap. Thanks for the memories. But there you go. I'm trying to sculpt these volumes. There you go. And then I can make these lines a bit more straight. And then when it's going up, those lines curve a bit more. Nah. There you go. It's like, yeah, bam, bam, bam. Beautiful. So I'm snapping all of these poses to the same final pose here, but I'm just overlapping some of the stuff, like the tail, for example. Or this tail can still be something like this. Bam, 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 and then have a different timing. So actually I like this ear better than the one that I designed yesterday. Beautiful, yes, much better. Get out of here, motherfucker. There you go. Boom. And I can just move this a bit. Oops, oops. Get out of here. You come here. No, can't. This is the one that goes down. Boop. Awesome. And I'm going to grab everything and just squash a bit more everything to a bit. This butt should be a bit down. Awesome. Let's see how this feels. Pop, pop, pop. There you go. Plap. 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 Feel this ear. I don't need to show this one here. Pop. Pop. Plap. Maybe even once this one out. Pop. Yes. Pop. Wait, maybe this one on one, this one too. Pop. Yeah, better. Pop. 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 So pop, pop. And here, I would like to in between these two, and grab the frame in the. No, forget about it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And then from here, I'm going to start slowing out to this pose super softly. So we're going to have an in between here, from this pose to the other one. So I'm going to draw one in one. I'm thinking, because I wanted to feel this like, and then it's like, you see? But I think that will take a lot of frames, So let's in between of this. Let's make my line a bit thicker. There you go. Boom. Starts making this line a bit curvy. Come on. So this butt will start moving this way, and this butt will start moving that way too. So in the middle here, then I'm going to add a slow outs and a slow ins. I'm going to draw this breakdown all the way in the middle because it's a super subtle movement. I wonder if I could do this in rig, and yes, I can do this with rigs. But I have the freedom right now to decide which approach I would like to use in each one of these steps. And I feel like I would like, because this frame is, we have a mega close up here on these dudes, I would like to design these frames. I would like to design these frames and have every frame super clean and very well designed. Now let me hold these like there for a bit, just maybe moving some centimeters. Boom. There you go. This is how you remind me of who I really am. This is how you remind me. So the tail, it'll be foreshortening here. We'll start foreshortening there. And I've been wrong. Boom. Okay, now the shoulder is going to drag this part of the forearm, and then it's going to turn into this other shape. So I'm also giving this some sense. Boom. There you go. I can start moving those lines together like that. The apex of this head will be this way. So this way, the apex here. Yeah, so I'm animating with the sense of volume. I'm not drawing flat shapes, but volumetric shapes. I can start squashing this part here. Yet, no. Okay, we can do better there, but for now it's okay. There you go. Beautiful shapes. Beautiful shapes. We are designers right now. This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me. We can have the eye here. More clear, super messy those lines. No necessity to be messy there. I feel these lines are too straight, and we can have something like this, and this will be enough. And actually this top of the line should be attached here. So we have an S line there that eventually will morph into this. And this could overlap with this shape here. Awesome. Boom. Let's see how this looks like. Boom. Boom. Boom, moving. Back. So now, another thing to consider is that from here to here, I'm going to slow out heavily. So I'm going to have a very, very heavy slow out. Oop, but look at the size of that body here. I have to consider this here too. These chihuahuas have a big ass. Boom, boom. Beautiful, now it's twin inverter. Look at that ass, look at that ass, look at that ass, look at, there you go. Now, I can copy this and just move this down, squash it, turn it. I'll put more time on that one later. Let's go. Okay, black, false, and then from here to here I need to add more in-betweens. So this is a breakdown. Then I'm going to add an in-between here, slowing out from that pose to this other pose. So I'm going to favor the keys that are in purple. So here, boom, boom. No Linkin Park right now. No Linkin Park. I want to listen to another thing. Danny California, Teenagers, Prayers of the Refugee, Misery Business, Still Waiting, Complicated, Gives You Hell. You know, I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face. Boom. And a 9 to 5 base. Beautiful lines. Hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. I want to feel this detaching from the ground. And where's the shiny car? And truth be told, I miss you. And truth be told, I'm lying. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. And treats you well. Boom, boom. Now that I have this information of that line, I can be more precise on this other breakdown here. But the list goes on and on. And truth be told, I miss you. And truth be told, I'm lying. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you find a man and treats you well. Boom. Another person. I don't like this ear there, but no worries. I'll fix that later. So this arm, favoring the drawings on purple. Look that you were so well. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. And treats you well. Boom. There you go, boom. This technical nerdy process is funnier with good music. I don't like the connections with, this is an S, this is a straight. I feel like instead of a straight we can have a C. And here we can also have something like this. Awesome. And I'm going to start stretching that S curve here. Oof, I have another confession to make. Nice. I'm revealing a little bit of the volume here and then going up. Actually, I feel this should go a little bit up. So the arc will go like this. So this could be a little bit down. It was horrible doing this. I remember I tried for a season doing traditional animation. All the animation that I was doing, I was in paper. All the animation I was doing. When I had these issues, dude, I was like, ah! When I had to flip, and I was like, no, the arc is not going well. I had to grab the eraser and fucking break that paper like crazy. I had a mountain of papers around me. I remember I killed a forest, and an entire forest when I was learning animating. When I was learning how to animate with paper. My friends used to get inside of my room and see all of that paper in the ground, in the floor. Move, move, move. There you go. Let's see how this looks like. Now, these two frames should take more time. Now, look at the origin of the shoulders, how it's moving down, but that should stay at the same place here. Whoa! There you go. It's going to be like... I'm going to copy and paste this, dude. Nah, if we're already drawing everything, let me draw everything. Then it's going getting inside the ears, getting inside of the head. Also making an arc, see? Awesome. Every time that we draw a new drawing and we make the line new on each frame, it makes everything feels alive. The line starts feeling alive. What? So okay, I can make an S here, and then that S of the tail turns into a C eventually. Boom, boom. And then we are drawing this in perspective. Let me open this a bit more. This body is super big here. Boom. There you go. Now the timing or the staging of these actions I have to improve. I want to stay there for a second and then it starts moving towards the side. Because I want this pose to read, like this dude is knocked out there. So I'm going to move all of these frames a bit over there. So read, then move. Here, read, then move. And I want to even delay this movement here. Then move. Then move. Then move. And now guess what? I want to even add in between here so I can make this movement even slower. And I can keep all of this on trees. Awesome. And now I will fix and take care about all this stuff on the other side later. Let's add here the in between here, which is going to be a slow out of the first frame. Boom bam. Here where it works is actually flipping, just to see if the lines that I'm putting there are actually working. So super close to the purple lines. Super close to the purple lines. Too much volume loose in here. There you go. Awesome. And then here, this line will start moving slowly here, stretching slowly here until we go to the next one. Awesome. Beautiful. Super slow. Beautiful. Now this line also feel like it's going a bit down. Well, I can keep that at the same level. So it feels like that line that used to be a straight now is squashing, and that's why I start getting curvy instead of a straight there. I can do better here. One lining this. Come on, I don't like it now. Now when it's down up, I think I will overshoot that butt. The butt only. I don't need this line here. And then from here to here. Then moving towards that way. Heyyy, it's too much work animating. Yeah, dude, what you expect? I want to keep the curviness of that C-curve as I move in this. Here the apex changed too much, so I'm going to draw this again. And I can even start squashing this. Look at the curve of that. Up, down, down, and then up again. So I might just go up. Cool. Takes time. Boom. Boom. Bam. Boom. There you go. It's just slowly turning towards the other side. Cool. Beautiful. Let's see how this looks like. And we're going to wrap up with this. Looking at the time, 1 hour right here. It's like black, 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 black. And here I can add some bounciness in the butt. So for that I'm going to in between here. I'm going to in between these. See this trick. Look at this trick that I'm going to do here. I'm going to in between these. I'm going to in between here. But I'm going to use this frame here. See? Bam, bam. And then I'm going to settle into this frame. So, blam, blam. So, blam, blam, blam. But I'm going to settle into this one here. Boom. Awesome. See? Plap, plap. It's too aggressive, plap, plap. I could drag here the butt, to be honest. Let's see how they look. Super low key, super fast. Too slow. I like to just snap that back immediately. Pam, pam. Maybe what if I do something like this? Better. Just a little bounce. That's all the thing that I need. Boom, boom. And the other drawing is just the same. Henry, but what are you doing? What are you drawing on top and not just copy and pasting? Because I sometimes like to put that extra time to just to have the pleasure of after animating seeing the line alive. Like all the line being alive. Boom. Opa? My shoulder remembered this movement. Andre, if you're watching this video, this is how I do my cleanups. The exact same things that we are doing on the community to clean up, to train our arm or our shoulder to draw beautiful lines. The exact same thing is the same thing that I'm doing here. So there you go. I'm about to wrap up this video. And hope you like this craziness that I'm doing here. And maybe if you don't understand some of the stuff that I'm doing here looks like magic in some way, feel free to reach out. And if you would like to learn from me and just being part of a community in which I am there 24/7, animating with the community, drawing with the community, feel free to reach out. There's nothing like the best thing in the world is being able to be surrounded with like-minded people that wants to help you to go to the next level. And I'm personally with you there. I'm personally with you, seeing all your evolution like a baby. Bam! See that bounce on the butt? Bam! 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 Bam. This drag on this arm is too much here. So I can just start moving this arm towards the front and that's it. I wanna be just like you. There you go. And I have enough frames at the beginning to start adding more stuff to this other two. So yeah, on the next video, I'm going to start in-betweening or animating all the morph stuff. On this one, I finished animating this dude, adding the breakdowns for the other two dudes. Look at that butt bouncing, dude. Blam, blam. Blam, blam. Super solid butt. No, well, my storage is full on my phone, so I'm going to finish the video here. Back. There you go. I think we had a good progress here. I've already finished the first half on this dude. Next video, also finishing the first half of the animation between these two characters, and eventually moving into all the in-between at the end and adding some desynchronization and increased animation on some parts of the characters to make this feel more punchy. I was looking there like if the camera is on. There you go. Boom. Another thing I like to do is to put the mirror and see how this looks in another view. Yeah. Beautiful look. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's going to stretch up like this. Cool. I look forward to the next videos. Hope you like this and see you next time. Bye bye.